Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I want to talk about a very interesting change that will happen in patch 11.2, and I will explain why I think it might result in a lot of issues, and also why I think it's very odd for Blizzard to do such a change when in the past it didn't go really well and they still haven't fixed all the different issues that resulted from similar changes. So, if you've watched a little bit the news recently, you've probably seen that Blizzard is planning to make some pretty big changes to your bank. And here mainly the things that they will do is remove the void storage that normally you have and that is near the different transmogrifiers. This is something that was added, I believe, back in Cataclysm. And they will also remove the current region tab that you have in your bank. And instead of that, as you can see, you will be able to get 6 of these different tabs right here, very similar to the Warband Bank. And the different items from your void storage will be added to these different tabs right here. The regents will be added to this one, and then you will have everything at once. So you won't have all your different bags and all these different things anymore. As you can see, your different bags will be there at the start of all the different tabs. And so this is the main change that they are doing, maybe just to facilitate a little bit the way you can sort through things and to avoid having all these separate void storage like regent banks and all these type of things. So this is something that can be seen as a positive because now the maximum of items you will be able to put in your bank is gonna be 588 compared to 538 before that, even including the void storage and the regent bank. So normally you are winning around 50 spaces. So this is definitely good. But my main concern is the fact that when the War Within launched and when the Warband system launched, a lot of players, and by that I mean tons and tons of players, lost everything from their guild bank and from some of their personal banks when Blizzard did the transition. And till this day, these players, even though they made many complaints, they still haven't gotten all these different items back. And for some of them, it was many items worth millions of gold, and also items that they got since Vanilla WoW and that had a real meaning to them. And all these things have been completely wiped out. And now Blizzard is planning to do something similar, even though they still haven't fixed all these past issues. Here, as you can see, there were so many of these different threads started by people who were explaining that they basically lost everything when these different changes happened. And there's even some people that made a lot of videos covering this topic. Here, as you can see, this person really tried to explain what happened and try to maybe bring some attention to this issue so Blizzard will do something about it. And Blizzard did do something. As you can see here, Blizzard did try to recover most of the different items that were lost. But as you can see here, they are also mentioning that due to how some of the data was lost, we've reached a point where the result will be an incomplete restoration for some guilds, and we do not have a way to restore the remaining missing items for them. So basically here, a lot of people just got everything completely wiped away, and Blizzard was not able to restore anything. Even after making several tickets and explaining what was in the bank and everything, Blizzard hasn't addressed any of these different issues. So again, I'm a little bit mad at Blizzard for now planning to do another one of these different changes that honestly are not even needed. I think the bank system works really fine as it is. I don't think players really care, and I'm not sure it's gonna really make a big difference. And the worst part is that, again, they haven't even took the time to really fix all the previous issues before trying to do something else. So in my opinion, I really think it's a little bit crazy that Blizzard is not doing something similar when they haven't even fully fixed all the issues that occurred with the previous changes, especially because this is really not something super important or super major. No one, I think, really cares about this change. It's again gonna be a little bit more positive because you're gonna have more spaces and it might be a little bit easier to just go through all your different items, but this is not something that the community has been asking for. And again, knowing that there were so many issues in the past when they tried to do something similar, I have a lot of concerns regarding this one, and sadly I think when patch 11.2 will reset and when this change will come in action, sadly a lot of people are going to lose a lot of items. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully this time nothing bad will happen, but just seeing how it happened in the past and also seeing the inaction of Blizzard, I'm a little bit concerned, and I really fear that a lot of players are going to lose even more items. And sadly, this is really something that will result in a lot of players just quitting the game, because when you lose all the items you've, just gathered for the past 10-15 years, and suddenly everything is wiped away and Blizzard is basically saying, well, there's nothing we can do. Trust me, this is something that for a lot of players is just the drop that is too much, and then they just quit the game. So here my main recommendation would be for you to go through all your different guild tabs, and also to go through your void storage and all these type of things, and make sure to put in your main inventory all the different items that you would really not want to lose. It's not going to be possible to save them all because sadly you don't have enough space, but really try to target the ones that you know for sure you don't want to risk. And at least like that, if there is an incident and if you lose some of your different items, at least you would have saved all the ones that are really valuable to you. And like that, you won't, let's say, face the risk of losing them forever. And I just want to end this video asking Blizzard again to really try and make sure to restore all the lost items. I know they've said in the past that it's too complicated because of some data that was lost and all of that, but it is so unfair and something that Blizzard still hasn't really addressed since then. And really something that sadly a lot of players were so annoyed with that they had to quit the game. And so, again, I really hope that at some point Blizzard will address that. And especially if there is a similar issue happening with this main change, this time they will act fast on it and they will restore everything right away. So let me know in the comments what you think about these different changes and about what happened in the past and Blizzard inaction on some of these different issues. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime I wish you all a great day. Bye!